conversation for review. How many of you believe that children are our future? Okay, well, shouldn't we do the best that we can to make sure that they get higher education or the best quality education that they possibly can get so that we can have a secure future? So living in America, sometimes we take for granted that we do have public education. And for the most part, it is free. And once you graduate high school, you have the option to go to further your education more by going to a community college or a bigger university. And even then, if you don't do well at that university, you still have other options to further your education, whether it's a vocational school, a technical school, there's just multiple opportunities that you could choose from. However, this is not so for other countries, especially depending on your gender. You are not allowed to get an education. And even if you are allowed to get that education, is not always the best quality education because they don't have the resources or the materials to give you the best that they possibly can. So the organization that I chose was MSAP, which is an acronym, MSAP, which stands for Metroplex San Andres Archipelago People. This organization was founded in Dallas, Texas by Ms. Lasenia Hooker and her fellow islanders. And their focus is education for the islands of San Andres, Providencia, and Santa Catalina, which are islands of Colombia that are located in the Caribbean. On these islands, there's only one main university that people can go to, which is called Christian University. But the quality of education is not that good because not that many people are well educated there, so there's only a certain amount of things that they can teach you so that you can further your education. And even then, the island people cannot always afford to send their kids to college because they don't have the money for it. They don't have the financial needs. They don't have finances to help them go to college. I'm sorry. But if they can afford to send their kids to college, they will send them to mainland Colombia where there's better quality education. So the people of the people of MSAP founded the organization so that they can fundraise to raise money and give to the kids of the island so that they can further their education. I believe that you should choose MSAP to fund because the organization helps further education and it will help them develop their island and get the island to a better place. If you fund the organization, we can give scholarships to the kids and send them to get better education so that they can come back and help the people of the island. And also we can get other adults educated so that they can be teachers for the Christian university so that the people of the island can have that good university on the island. Okay, before we started, I asked y'all to write down questions that y'all wanted me to answer. So, okay. One of the questions was, why do you believe this nonprofit is the right choice? I believe it's the right choice because in America, we're always talking about getting better education so that our country can go farther. And so, funding MSAP will help further the education of less fortunate people on the island so that they can develop to a better country. The next question was, where do they get their education from? Like I said before, there's one university on the island, the main university, that is more or less affordable, and they get their education from there. But they there's only so much they can get because there's not that many teachers to teach different subjects or different things. The next question was, where did they get their help? Where did their help come from before? Before MSAP and another organization, usually missionaries from different countries would come to the island, and they would either be teachers at the Christian university or just help the people of the island come to America so that they can get a better education. The next question was, how will our support help? Your support will help because funding them, we can get teachers in the university, and they can further their education, and they can help the people of the island so that they can live a better quality of life. Because usually if they don't get an education, they'll be fishermen or store clerks, and that's not always the best quality of life that they can get. And the last question is, how often does MSAP go to the island of San Andres? MSAP has different banquets in different cities once every year. This year they're going to the island of San Andres. They really don't go to the island often because it's a new organization, so they can't really afford to go to the island every a lot of times. So this will be the first time that they're going, but certain members of the organization does go to the island by themselves, but not as an organization in whole. So yeah, I believe that MSAP is the best choice because it will help other countries develop and be just as productive as America is, and we will have better education on the islands, and they can help support the people of the island so that they can progress and become more